main stage. You guys are the winners because you have stuck it out till 5 p.m. We have saved some of our very best and most exciting keynotes for last this afternoon. As you know, the topic today is people and goods on the move. Our next keynote is about solutions for a cost-efficient and sustainable mobility. It comes to us from the Vice President of Michelin Europe North. Please give a very warm main stage welcome to Philipp Ostbomk.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, transport can be so beautiful and aesthetic. And you may forget for a moment that without transport, everything is nothing. Yes, we are in the digital age, but all the great sales platforms are worth nothing without the logistics that brings the goods from point A to point B. When you think of the images of congestions at maritime hotspots of this world, or the picture of the drained rain basin this summer, you know how difficult transportation can be. We know that operating costs are rising and calling for an improved fleet maintenance. We know that your customers and other stakeholders are increasingly demanding a focus on sustainability throughout the value chain. And we know that transport and trade is becoming increasingly complex and requesting smart solutions for fleet management. And we know that legislation will call for CO2 reduction targets for fleet operations. And it is these challenges and possible solutions from a tire manufacturer's perspective that I would like to talk about here. One of the answers to rising fuel prices is energy-efficient tires, i.e. tires with a low rolling resistance. Less rolling resistance means less fuel consumption. You find a broad choice of tires on the market. With energy-efficient tires, a truck saves around 1.1 liter per 100 kilometers compared to conventional tires. If you take today's diesel prices, this represents cost savings of more than 2,000 euros per truck per year, not to forget the corresponding reductions in CO2 emissions. And interestingly, this is not at the expense of safety. Latest tire technologies provide both energy efficiencies and better traction on wet roads. But we do not limit ourselves to optimizing rolling resistance. We also focus on durability. We call this performance made to last. There are basically two levers to work on durability: material compound and the construction of the tire and its pattern. Firstly, we use these technologies to develop tires with high mileage performance. But we also integrate features and materials which allow fleets to use our tires until the legal minimum tread depth without compromising safety. And we actively promote this in the market as we are convinced that this is the only way for cost-efficient and sustainable mobility. Less tires to be replaced, lower costs for the tire change, and reduced downtime. And the benefits to the environment are obvious. Let me illustrate this by a study conducted by Ernst & Young for passenger cars. If all car drivers in Europe drove their tires until the legal limit, it would result in 135 million tires less per year in Europe only, 35% reduction in resources, and worn-out tires to be disposed of. Applied to the truck market, it will equally result in millions of tires less per year in Europe only. But let me come back to the longevity and the subject of wear. Of course, longevity also means less wear, less tear, and thus abrasion. And again, a study. The ADAC just published a study about tire abrasion for passenger cars. According to this study, Michelin tires showed a 30% lower abrasion than the average of the market competitors. Another lever for cost savings and reduced environmental impact is what we call extended life. The multi-life concept of truck tires is based on the idea that the casing, the carcass of the tire as a core element, is actually too good to be disposed of after its first life. Therefore, all of our tires are retreadable and can get a new tread after this first life. Basically, the remaining tread is removed and the new tread is applied as part of this retreading process. And through the Michelin retreading process, you will get the same tread pattern as the original tire. So basically, the retread tire mirrors the quality promise of the new tire, whilst using 70% less material and being sold at around 65% of the price of a new tire. All of our tires, in addition, new and retread, are also regroovable. Each regrooving, you see it here on the picture, each regrooving is adding some 25% lifetime. So if you combine retreading and regrooving, it will result in additional performance of 150% while saving cost and natural resources. Energy efficient tires, performance made to last, and the multi-life principles are all core elements of our product strategy to focus on energy costs and less tire consumption. But when we develop tire technologies, it is of course equally important that these technologies are produced in a resource-saving way. So, how about recycling plastic waste in tires? Here it is. From 2024, plastic will be in our tires. Then each tire can hold up to 143 yogurt pots or 12.5 PET bottles. And this is just the beginning. Michelin commits that by 2050, 100% of the tires produced are fully sustainable, 100% sustainable, with a milestone in 2030, with 40% of materials being already sustainable. But when talking about recycling, you may ask, what happens to all these million tires that are generated, that are worn off every year? Basically, many of them are burned. But we think there is a better solution: chemical pyrolysis. In this process, the tires are broken down into rubber granules, steel, oil, and gas. And if you take, for example, the granules, they are used in the production of new tires again, so that today we can already speak of a perfectly closed cycle. There's hardly an event these days without a word on digitalization. Did you know that almost 100% of the truck tires in the market today on the roads have already an integrated RFID chip, Michelin tires? We want to offer our customers not only tires, but a digital ecosystem around the tire, which in turn reduces their total cost of ownership. Predictive maintenance is the buzzword. The RFID chip combined with a digital drive-over solution or connected tire pressure monitoring system enable us to measure and digitally process tire pressure and tread depth. It allows us to provide early alerting, predictive maintenance, and legal compliance, obviously. We aim to grow with digital services around tires, and we're happy to communicate at this trade fair the official launch of Michelin Connected Fleet. But we do not want to engage only around tires, but also beyond tires. We all know that the era of the combustion engine is coming to an end for passenger cars, but also for commercial vehicles. Michelin is open to the different technologies, being it battery or hydrogen-powered engines, and we're ready to support the change with our expertise. We not only equip e-vehicles with adapted tires, but we also invest actively in hydrogen drive technologies through our subsidiary Symbio. And by 2030, Michelin aims to achieve sales of more than 1.5 billion euros with Symbio, and we will be producing 200,000 fuel cells a year. We equip already the first vehicles of Stellantis, the first light trucks today, and we are ready to provide also solutions for heavy vehicles. Let me conclude. Being it with tire technologies, around tires with digital fleet management solutions, or beyond tires with technologies to run the engines of the future, it is our firm intention to support fleets to tackle their operational challenges and to contribute with our full dedication to the sustainable mobility of the future for our planet and for all of us. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you all in Hall 1920 at our booth. Thank you very much.
Philipp, thank you very much. That was a pleasure. We are moving right along here on the main stage, moving not only people and goods, but also our keynotes are moving right along. If you are joining us on the live stream, a very warm welcome to you. We're happy to have you watching. Our next keynote is about how connectivity and sustainability are enabling safer,